Good evening. It is 6:54 in the PM on Monday evening, the end of the Labor Day weekend. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. The weather here was beautiful. Just saying. I've heard a lot of people on YouTube saying wherever they are, it was like rainy and cloudy and whatever. That's very sad. Sorry to hear that. That was not the case here at all. I got off of work on Friday. I think we got done around 1:32-ish. And we managed to get like 7 houses done. Like we killed that shit. We don't usually do all that much on Fridays. We'll do maybe, 4 or 5 houses, and we generally try to keep them as easy peasy as possible because it'd be Friday. But, not the Friday that just passed, man. We did 7 houses. One was a new client, a first-time clean. One was a move-out clean. That was interesting. That was a shit show, actually. They had people there cutting the grass, like on a riding lawnmower. I mean, the backyard of this place was fucking ginormous for in town. Holy fuck. But I guess, from what I understand, it was being rented by an older lady. And what older means to these people, I don't know, because they were fairly young. Or they looked and acted fairly young. And didn't seem to have a clear understanding of how deep a clean we do. Like, we don't get on ladders. We don't get on scaffolding. We don't do that shit. We're not fucking maids. And we're not industrial cleaners. We are residential cleaners. And we don't use harsh chemicals and shit. Like, we just don't do that. And he wanted us to, like, fucking scrub mold off of the ceiling of a bathroom. And it was like, yeah, no, we don't do that. We do what we can reach. We don't climb up on shit. 'Cause fuck that. I'm sorry. No. And even if we did, my answer to that would be no, I'm not doing that. Not for $15 an hour and no benefits. Like, fuck. No. Nope. So, yeah, we kind of had to explain that to him because, his wife wanted all this shit done. And we're like, yeah, no, we don't do that. She sent a text saying, she wanted very little done at first. And then we got a text like later on Friday that she wanted all this shit done and then some. And it was like, okay, well, 1, it changes the quote of your price. 2, how much time do you think we're going to spend here? Like, give your fucking head a shake. Expectations versus reality. Just saying. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we did what we could do and we laughed. Whatever. Bye-bye. And, yeah, I think we were done by like 1:30, 2 o'clock or something like that. And, got dropped off at home. And, I had gone out, I believe it was Thursday night. I believe it was Thursday night I went out and I filled up the car with gas. And, told Boo Boo I'm, going to my boyfriend's for the night. And then my boyfriend and I went to this Rock Glen, I think it's called. Anyway, they have all these trails everywhere, and it's like in a forest. Like it's like a conservation type area, but it's very dense forest. And the trails, well, the approved trails are all marked and whatever, and it's fine. And we did we did a lot of off-roading. Because it seemed to me like majority of the trails were flat and well-traveled and whatever. It was fine. It was fine. But it was all up or down stairs. Well, everything was downstairs. And then to get to the other side, she had to walk up them. And then to come back, it was the same idea, really. It was a lot of fucking stairs. It was a lot of fucking stairs. And, but it was absolutely beautiful. So, when I got home Friday, I reminded Boo Boo that this is what I was doing. And I grabbed Monkey. And, took him to his dad's, because his dad's town is kind of on the way to, kind of but not, on the way to my boyfriend's town. So I took Monkey to his dad's. Excuse me. And then drove to my boyfriend's. So by the time I got there, I was very tired. Probably got there about dinner time. And it was a little nerve-wracking because I don't do highways, so I do back roads. So I'm doing this like country road where there's no shoulders, right? It's like road and then ditch on either side. Whatever. Which normally, I mean, it does make me nervous, don't get me wrong. But I mean, I was quite tired, and I don't generally drive when I'm tired. Usually if I know I need to travel, I'll at least do a 20-minute power nap, and like I'm fine. But I didn't get to do that on Friday. So I just made a point of picking up 2 extra large coffees, and off I tottered. And, yeah, I was kind of doing the nod. I was maybe a little bit more than halfway there, but not much. And, so turn my air up, making a point of kind of looking around more, and it is a very monotonous drive. There's really nothing to look at. It's country. But, yeah, it was fine. I got there. It was fine. I did take a 20-minute power nap when I got there. And then we went out for dinner. Excuse me. Yeah, we went out for dinner. I was feeling nachos in the worst way. At first I wanted fish and chips, but the place that my boyfriend was thinking was carry out only, and the thought of eating even lukewarm fish. So I jumped on the Google, and I couldn't remember if it was a Jack Astor's or a Krabby's they had there, so I had to ask. And he was like, yeah, no, there's a Krabby's here. I said, okay. So I jumped onto Krabby's website and checked out their menu. And I was like, oh, nachos. And their nachos are meatless. Fuck yeah. I want nachos. That's what I want. I want nachos. He's like, what about fish and chips? I said, you can get fish and chips at Krabby's. I checked. It's fine. Let's go. Shh. I hadn't eaten all day. I was fucking starving. So we went to Krabby's. And he got his fish and chips. And I got my nachos. And did I get sweet potato fries with it? I think I did. I think I got sweet potato fries with it. I love sweet potato fries. With that spicy dip or whatever the fuck it is they have with it. Oh, yeah. So we did that. And then came back to his place. And we must have watched a movie. We always watch a movie. I have no idea what we watched. Friday's a bit of a blur, quite frankly. I was so freaking tired. I mean, the 20-minute power nap was enough to charge me enough that, I could go to dinner and not do the nod. And we watched a movie, and I did make it through the movie, but I have no idea what the frig we watched. I have absolutely no clue. Absolutely no clue. But we didn't stay up late. We must have been in bed and asleep by like midnight, 12:30 at the absolute latest, because I said, I want to be out of here early morning-ish, because I have no idea how far this conservation place was from his place. And he wasn't even 100% sure where it was. So it was like, we're not stopping somewhere for breakfast. We're not doing any of that shit. We're going to get up. We're going to the Timmy's because a bitch needs coffee. You can grab a bagel or whatever the fuck there. And we'll totters on to the walkie place. And so that's what we did. We got up, I don't know, about 9-ish. And I am not a fast mover in the morning. I'm horrible. I'm horrible. You really got to push me. If you want to get somewhere quickly in the morning, you got to push me. But do it gently, because I might kill you. But fortunately, I really wanted to go do these trails, so I was able to push through a little bit and get moving faster than I know. Usually it takes me like a good hour. But I nuked a coffee from Friday. See, because I knew. So I made a point of at least saving like half a coffee, because my boyfriend does not keep coffee in the house at all. He hates me. So he doesn't know a coffee maker, nothing. Like, I don't even know why I speak to him. So I nuked up that shit from Friday night and went out. I drank that. I had my cigarette. Made sure to save enough coffee for after I brush my teeth, because I hate the taste of toothpaste. I hate it. Mint is fucking disgusting. So I had my coffee, most of my coffee, and a couple of cigarettes. Watched a little bit of my vlog that I watch every morning. And watch all of it, because he usually vlogs for like an hour and a half. Probably watched about 20 minutes of it. And, well, maybe half an hour, because I watched it while I brushed my teeth too, because my boyfriend thinks I'm absolutely retarded. What the fuck are you listening to? Hey, don't worry about it. Go drink your Pepsi. Go away. It's too early for you. Brushed my teeth while I listened to my vlog, and then I finished that coffee, because you have to immediately get rid of that peppermint. Nope. Grabbed my running shoes. Well, my running shoes. They're not running shoes at all. There's no tread on them, which became an issue later on during our hiking venture. I almost died. But it was funny, so it's alright. And I had another cigarette before we jumped in my car and tottered over to the Timmy's for a fresh coffee. And he stopped at a gas station, grabbed a couple of like large bottles of water, which turned out to be a good idea. I mean, at first I thought he was a fucking idiot, because I don't drink water ever. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't drink it. But I thought, I know I brought 2 bottles of Gatorade with me because I knew that we were doing this walk. And a bitch would definitely need Gatorade. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, I guess you've got 2 bottles of water. Like, it's fine. Like, thank you. But I would rather die. So we get to the trail place. Like, I have myself a bran muffin, and, I've got my coffee, and he has himself a couple of sausage sandwiches and, I don't know, chocolate milk or whatever the hell he drank. And we stopped and grabbed the water at the gas station, and then we found our way over to the trail. Conservation place, whatever. And I think it was $8 for the 2 of us, which I thought was pretty cool. I mean, we were there all goddamn day. I think we left there about 2:30 to head back to my place, so none too bad at all. But it was like $8 for the 2 of us to get in, so swell. Okay, we pay the man, and in we go. And we start our walk. So you walk into the trail, and I mean, there's all kinds of little information things everywhere. We don't give a fuck. We don't need to read the info. We don't read no signs. I don't need to know about the fossils and what lives in the forest. And in fact, I'd rather not know. Because I mean, I'd read after we got out, I'd read something about snakes and whatever, and I was like, go fuck your hat. Like, I realize it's a forest, but I don't need anything in writing to tell me that there's fucking snakes in there. Like, no, I don't do snakes. I don't do snakes. No, nope. So just let me do my thing in utter ignorance, okay? Like, I don't need to know nothing. It's fine. So we go in and we start walking. We're walking these trails, and they're beautiful. And it's nothing but trees and shit everywhere. Like, it's beautiful. And you don't hear nothing except the birds and the crickets and, lots of, what are those called? Cicadas, little motherfuckers that scream in the trees all day. They only come out at night, and they fly in your face and fucking whatever. If it's not crickets at night, it's cicadas during the day. Jesus. But it was really, really pretty. And we did some off trail walking at one point. Like, there's signs everywhere that says not approved trail, do not pass, blah blah blah. We went on those. Not all of them, because a lot of them are marked for a reason. Like, they're like just like sudden steep drops, or there's like water erosion and the ground just kind of goes, like, it just kind of starts crumbling away. So I was very picky on if we went off-roading, on where we went off-roading, because I don't want to die. So, well, not in a forest, anyway. But not like that. But we did a little bit of off-trail walking. But, as soon as my spidey sense kicks in and I start to get anxious, and just like, okay, fuck it, we need to go back and find the fucking trail. Like, I'm done. I'm really not that curious. I mean, it's all forest no matter where you're walking, so it's all pretty. Like, fuck off. But I know he enjoys the off-trail walking, so it's like, at one point I just sort of said, okay, you know what? If you want to go investigate, by all means, here's a nice tree stump. I'm going to have a seat, and I'm going to have a smoke, and I ended up drinking the fucking water because the Gatorade that I did bring, I left at the fucking house. Did I leave it at the house? No, I'd left it in my other bag in the backseat of the fucking car is what I'd done. God damn it. I had to drink the fucking water. Which almost put my body into shock, no lie. Like, I don't drink water. I thought, great, it's going to go through me like crazy. I'm going to be peeing every 30 seconds. We're out in the fucking forest. Like, I'm not peeing in the woods. Some snake bite my cooch. I don't think so. So I went and sat on a log while he went and did some discovering and whatever. And I sat there and I drank some water and I had a cigarette. And I'm just looking around. Like, it is so pretty. And you can't hear nothing, like I said, except for like the animals and, you know, the cicadas and whatever the fuck. It's very, very pretty. And of course, I mean, it is a conservation area, so there's families and other people. So occasionally you hear a screaming child or a crying baby and whatever. You hope a bear finds them and whatever. It's fine. And my boyfriend comes back and he's actually, see, when my boyfriend smiles, it's not a smile, like a full, like, smile. It's one-sided. Like, it's kind of, I can't do it, but it's just kind of like a Billy Idol thing. It's like one side of his face, one corner of his mouth. Very, very slight. And he sits down on the log beside me and finishing up my smoke, and I said, what's so funny? And he's like, I fell. I mean, you fell. And he puts his leg up on the log, or he puts his leg up on my knee. Yep, he wiped it out. He scraped the side of his leg up, and just a little bit. Like, it was nothing bad. It was very funny. And, you know, he was all mucky on the one side, whatever. When he got up and turned around, like, on the whole back side, I mean, the whole back side of him, like, the back of his shirt, the back of his shorts, like, everything. He was just, I mean, he must have gone down on his ass and then slid down a hill. Like, I mean, it was intense. And I'm killing myself laughing. I'm like, fuck it, I missed it. Like, I'm so mad. I should have gone with you and, like, stood guard while you went pee or something, because I'm pretty sure he went pee. It's like, no, you would have died out there. You would have died. You'd never made it, bud. It's probably true. So I said, all right then. Well, as long as you're okay. He's like, oh, fuck, I'm fine. Let's go. So we did some more walking. We got back on trail. And we did some more walking. And like I said, it's all stairs, right? Like, it's not a trail like you're just walking through the forest. It's all through the forest, but it's literally up and down stairs. It's just a shit ton of climbing. The cardio that it takes to do this place is amazing. We are very out of shape. Fuck. And we seen the waterfall. I took pictures of it. When we got to the waterfall, Jesus fucking Christ. All kinds of tourists. And by tourists, I mean, like, immigrants. Okay? They were not from Canada. And I don't know if they moved here and are now Canadian or whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. But they were not from here, okay? Take that for what you will. Whatever. And there was a group of women sitting in a circle at the base of the stairs that we come down. And they were chit-chatting. And my boyfriend decided, again, he wanted to go off trail and follow the street. There's like the waterfall, and then it pools, and then it runs out, and it goes to a stream in either direction. It's really cool. It's very small, but it's really, really pretty. Very, very cool. So he goes off and he does his thing, and I'm sitting there. And these three women are sitting in a little circle, and they're talking about how they'd been sitting there for some time. I mean, everybody, it was a hot day. It wasn't crazy muggy or anything, but it was warm. And they were saying how they'd been sitting there for some time, and all they wanted was to get a fucking picture of the waterfall. And I mean, these immigrants were everywhere. They were all in the way of the falls. You couldn't get a picture of the falls without taking pictures of them, right? Who wants pictures of them? Like, come on. I just want a picture of the fucking water. And they were waiting, and they were getting very upset, but they refused to go say anything or whatever. And I'm a nosy bitch. So I'm like, I said, you know, who would have expected? Because this Rock Glen Conservation is a small spot. It's in a very small town, like a very small town. Like you blink and you miss it. Like who would have thunk that this would have been like a big touristy attraction type place? Like, I mean, you know, I said you expect that like when you go to like Niagara Falls, right? It's very touristy. When I went there, fuck, like 16 years ago, I think was the last time I went there. It was just a shit ton of Asian people. I mean, a shit ton of Asian people. Walking around as if they were in their hometown in whatever part of Asia, right? And if I sound ignorant, I really don't give a fuck. But, I mean, they were so rude and so pushy, and they just took the whole fucking place over. Like, they're the only ones who fucking paid to come here. Like, we all paid to get to Niagara Falls, right? We're all paying for a hotel room. We're all paying for gas to travel. Like, you know, you're not special. Just saying. And I was kind of getting the same feeling from this shit ton of people who just fucking took over this waterfall. And like, so like nobody else could get in and take a picture. Just take a fucking picture. So, and you know, these ladies were agreeing with me and laughing, but like awkwardly, like they weren't happy ladies. And I said to them, like, we all paid our $8 to get in here. So I don't know who the fuck these people think they are. And they're like, yeah, exactly. And I said, have you guys gotten in to get your pictures at all yet? And they said, no, we've been sitting here waiting for them to fucking finish up and carry on for some time now. And I said, okay, fine. I said, well, if you don't mind, there was like another pile of rocks kind of behind them. I said, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to have a cigarette if you don't mind. And because it was the only shady kind of spot. And they were like, oh, no, go ahead, sit down, have your cigarette, it's fine. And I was like, okay, thank you. So I sat down and I had a smoke, and I'm waiting for them to leave, for the touristy people to leave, so that, you know, we can go and take our pictures. I had me a leisurely cigarette, okay? Did not rush it, whatever. A bitch sat down and had a nice leisurely cigarette, okay? Takes me about 5 minutes. So all in all, I'd probably been waiting about 10, maybe not quite 15 minutes, right? After us arriving in the waterfall area and my boyfriend going off-roading, and I sat and talked to these women for a minute, and then I had a cigarette, okay? So 10 minutes... not quite 15 minutes I'd been waiting. I was like, fuck this shit. They ain't going nowhere anytime soon. And God knows how long these women have been waiting, right? Like, nobody's got watches or anything on them, and nobody checks the time when they get to, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm going to say if I'd been waiting about 10 minutes, they'd probably been waiting maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So, you know, maybe a good half hour or so, right? Like, you're done. Your time is up now, okay? Is what I'm thinking. So, my Toronto-born ass was like, done. And I grabbed my phone, and I got it set up to take pictures, and I walked on over, and there was a whole bunch of them standing, like, right in front of the waterfall, like, in the water, right in front of the waterfall, and then, like, their whole family, and their third cousins, and all that shit. All standing there taking pictures and talking and, you know, just being obnoxious about it, right? Like obnoxiously ignorant to the fact that there was other people there wanting to take pictures and maybe, you know, cool off in the water too. Like, come the fuck on. So I walked over and I was like, excuse me, pardon me, coming through. And I'm like shouldering people, and I just kind of like, excuse me. And I'm, you know, get out of my way. Hello. Hi, I paid my $8 to move over. I'm taking pictures now. Like, yo, you baby girl in front of the waterfall. You want to get out of my way? I'm taking a picture. Yeah, thank you. And they're like, oh, sorry. I'm like, yep, you are. Bye-bye now. I know you're sorry. Get the fuck out of my way. I took a whole bunch of pictures from all different angles and whatever the fuck, and turned around. I was like, thank you very much. Have a great day. Enjoy your trip. Like, God damn it. And I walked back to my shady spot and I sat down, and the ladies are sitting there. They're I was like, do you guys want pictures? Like, give me your phone. I'll go get you pictures. Like, they were like, oh, no, we'll go do it. We'll go do it. They waited for these people to leave. Like, shortly after I got my pictures, my boyfriend came back. And these ladies were, carrying on and on about, how can you do that? How can you just go, well, you can't just go over and tell people. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I can just go over and tell people, get the fuck out of my way. Yeah, I can. Yep. I paid my $8 just as much, just the same as they did. They've been here for a good half hour. Get the fuck out of my way. It's my turn. Move. So, I'm telling my boyfriend about this, and he's just, he's like, yep. He's patting me on the head. Yep. Yep, you did. It's like, well, I got my pictures. He's like, yep, I'm sure you did. I'm sure you got all the pictures you wanted. And like, yep, fucking right, I did. I offered to get them pictures. They didn't want me to do it. And as I'm talking to my boyfriend, they all leave. And so the ladies go and they take their pictures. And I'm like, I don't have that kind of patience. I'm sorry. Nope. I would like to see the rest of the park. Like, get the fuck out of my way. You've had plenty of time. Plenty of time. Absolute madness. Oh, I'm very sorry. Yeah, I know you're sorry. Get the fuck out of my way. I don't care for sorry. Move. Nope. Nope. So that was fine. And then we walked over to, there was like this old mill, and I don't know what the history of it. I didn't read nothing, but I don't fucking care. I don't care. I wanted to go see this mill that was supposed to have been from, I don't know, like some war or something. But it was all like wrecked and whatever, but it doesn't matter. I love shit like that. I wanted to go see it. So on our way to go over and find this mill, we went off trail again. And I get nervous going off trail because I mean it's marked for a reason, and I'm just all about not breaking my ankle and shit. So, or like falling, because of like erosion or whatever. Like, fuck that. No. Like, I'm here to have a good time and enjoy the fresh air and the walk and the company, and like even fighting with obnoxious tourists, like that's fine. It's all a good time to me. It's, whatever. But, breaking something or fucking needing to get fucking airlifted out of, that's not a good time to me. So I was really nervous. But there was a spot off trail where we had to kind of go around like really thick bush, but there was like it was a trail, but not a marked trail, right? But you had to kind of leap up and then leap over. And I'm no fucking lemur, okay? I'm not graceful. I am the clumsiest fucking bull in a China store. Like, yeah. So, and like I said, my shoes were not running shoes, okay? They did not have proper grip on them. What you need is like, if you're gonna go doing shit like that, what you need is like fucking hiking boots, okay? Which I did not have on. So, I mean, the best way to describe these shoes are like deck shoes, okay? They are not for this shit. So, I make my boyfriend take lead and he walks ahead of me because I can get lost in a paper bag, okay? He is very good with his directions and whatever. So, you go. I will follow. It's fine. if my spidey sense starts tingling, then we're pulling the plug and we're going back. Like, those are the rules. So I knew when we got to this thing where you had to leap and then leap, I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. I knew it was bad. I knew it. I could see my own death. Okay, like a fortune teller. I fucking saw it happening. However, I did not want to be a whiny bitch. I wanted to man up and fucking do it, right? I should have been a whiny bitch. In fact, I was after. And I don't give a fuck. I earned it. Because I took it like a champ in the beginning. I went to do this, okay? This leap and this leap, okay? When you do your first leap, you are like sideways. It's not flat ground. You're like this, okay? So you're balancing, right? Off kilter. And I leaped, and I felt my foot sliding, and I went to, what I wanted to do was reach for my boyfriend and grab him, right? Because he's sturdy. But then I thought, no, because he's going to think I'm a pussy. Or that, like, I'm just trying to hold his hand or something fucking stupid. So I went to grab what I thought was a tree branch, and was a fucking weed, and it broke, and I went down. Like, I went down hard on my left hip, and then just started sliding. And I was like, oh no. I was like, this is it. This is how I die. This is it. This is, yep. It's fine. Like, fuck. So my boyfriend's like, oh, whoa. And I can see him, and he's like, right? Which he doesn't get, like, which kind of made me panic. And so now I'm like trying to scramble and grab onto anything. And he reached down, and I grabbed him, and he grabbed me. So he's got me by like the shoulder of my shirt. And I had a hold of his forearm. And he pulled, and I climbed. And I got myself seated. And then realized I'd lost both my fucking shoes. So I'm sitting there, my ass in the dirt, laughing. Because if not, I'm going to get really fucking mad. Like, at myself. And I was like, oh, babe. Like, babe, I lost my shoes. The one I found right away was like just off a little bit. So I reached over and I grabbed it. Fine, I put my shoe on. I'm like, I don't know where my other shoe is. And I'm laughing, but I'm like not amused, but I'm amused at the same time. Like, this kind of shit happens to me all the fucking time. If I don't laugh at it and find it funny, then I just get really fucking mad. My life would be real shitty then. So he's chuckling too. Which, all this is a rarity. I mean, he is not one for chuckling. He doesn't smile. He doesn't, he doesn't do any of that shit. Now he's chuckling, he's smiling, and he's, like literally reaching to save my life. Like, it's like, fuck. I'm so high maintenance. God damn it. He's like, oh, I see your shoe. And he pointed it out to me. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going down there to get it. It's like, you down there and like in the bush. And I was like, yep, no, I'm not going in. He's like, no, don't move. For fuck's sakes, don't move. He says, I'll go get it. Sounds like a mighty fine idea to me. So he goes down, he gets my goddamn shoe. I put my shoe back on. We still have to get up this fucking hill. Fuck's sakes. He's like, okay, second time's charm. And he's boop, boop, boop. And up and over he goes, right? I'm like, fucking, you're a douche. So I jumped over, and I'm on the one side. I'm like, quick, give me your arm. Quick, give me your arm. And he's looking at me. I'm like, I don't want to hold your hand, bitch. I want your fucking arm. Like, give me your arm. I need something to hold on to. So he gives me his arm. And I was like, okay, I'm going to jump, but I want you to pull because, like, I can't. Like, I'm not nimble. Okay? And I was nervous. And I thought, I'm going to fall again for sure. And this time it's not going to be funny. Like, So I went to jump. And as I jumped, he pulled me with his arm. And then he had to literally catch me. He was like flying into him. Hello. Like flying into his chest. I'm like, oh my God, this is so fucking stupid. But it was funny. So I'm laughing and he's like, fucking women. I'm like, hey, I think I'm doing better than a lot of other bitches, okay? Eat me. Am I bitching that I'm all muddy? Am I bitching that I lost my shoes? Am I bitching that my hip hurts? And it did. And I jarred my back, which I did. It's fine. I was fine the next day. But at the time, it really fucking hurt. I did not say a word. I did a little bit of limping. I did not say a word. Like, nope, it's fine. And anyways, we carried on and we found this wrecked mill. Whatever the fuck it was. It was cool. We couldn't quite get to it because it was like in the middle of all this fucking water. Like the river or whatever the fuck. And we were not, I was not taking off my shoes to walk in sloppy water. It was not happening. If I brought water shoes, which I thought about doing, because I have water shoes for both of us at my house. If I had been thinking, instead of rushing on Friday, I would have grabbed them because I did mean to. I would have totally taken my socks and my other shoes off and put the water shoes on and walked over because I wouldn't have climbed the building. People were climbing up into the building and walking around and whatever. I'm sorry. It's like 100 years old and it's all broken apart by water and whatever. Like no, I would not go in it, but I would walk around it. I would not climb onto it. No. He would have. And that's fine. Do you? But we're walking all over the place trying to find another way to this mill. There wasn't one. It was out in the middle of the water. But it was really cool. And I wanted to take pictures of it. But again, there was people everywhere. And I don't like taking pictures and having other people in my pictures without their permission. And like I said, they were all like in this mill thing and walking around on top of it. There was no way I could ask their permission. So I just didn't take any pictures. And that's fine. Whatever. But, oh my goodness. Then we had to walk back, like, you know, to the parking area and whatever. And find a bathroom because I will not pee in the woods. No. Nope. So that was fine. Then we went and sat on some picnic tables for a little bit and rested. I had a cigarette or two and I was like, well, you know, it was like 2 o'clock or something at that point. And I said, you know, I said, are you getting hungry? Like, you got to be getting hungry. I was getting hungry. I mean, it was a lot of walking and almost dying. And he's like, yeah, I could eat. And I said, well, we should go find a place to eat because by the time we find a place, I'm sure I'll be hungry. I mean, I was hungry, but I wouldn't say I was hungry enough to have a meal. But also all I'd had all day was that Raisin Bran muffin at 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever the fuck it was. So he's like, well, there's nothing here. It's a very small town. There's like nothing. It's farmland, right? And this conservation area. He said we might as well go back to your place. And in my town, go to, where did we go for dinner? East Side. We went to East Side's for dinner. East Side Mario's. I was like, cool, pasta. Yeah, I could do with some carbs. Fuck yeah, let's go do that. So that's what we did. Went to East Side. I had some pesto spaghetti thing with veggies, grilled veggies, and what? Oh, fuck, it was so good. It was so good. And what did he get? I think he got lasagna. And the soup, tomato soup. And I got my spaghetti pesto grilled vegetable thingy and Caesar salad. I just picked the bacon. And I think he ended up getting a Caesar salad as well, like the soup and a salad. And of course, we ate a fuck ton of bread. Now, I always make sure that when I have pasta there, that they bring a fresh loaf of bread with the pasta, because to me, it's a waste to have all. I mean, they give you usually a fair amount of sauce with your pastas, and to me, it's just a waste of sauce if you don't have bread to sop that shit up. That is what bread is for. So, that is what I got, and it was very tasty. And then we went back to my place. Well, we stopped and got me coffee because those are the rules. And did we watch a movie on Saturday night? We must have, because that's kind of what we do. I don't remember. We might not have. It was a long day. It was a really long day. I know Sunday night we watched. Well, Sunday we got up. We slept in a little bit. We got up around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I made coffee at the house. And, just kind of leisured around, right? I got to watch my entire vlog. I caught up from my vlog that I didn't watch all of on Saturday. On Saturday. And then I watched Sunday's vlog. Like, he vlogs like a day in advance or whatever. I don't know how to explain that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And then I watched the other full vlog. And I think by that point, I went to Timmy's and grabbed a couple of coffees. Because sometimes my Maxwell House shit just doesn't cut it. It's just, yeah. I mean, it gets you through the morning on a work week, but... so I went and grabbed a couple of coffees. And, excuse me. And I puttered around the house a little bit. I cleaned up. I dusted. I did the floors. I vacuumed. All that good stuff. And I cut my boyfriend's hair. And my buddy came over and I cut his hair. And we were chit-chatting. And it was all fun and games and whatever. And then they got serious. And they got all political and all the social goings-ons with the Rona and all that shit. And I just stopped talking. I refuse to talk about that shit. It makes me so angry. It makes me so depressed. It puts me in a wicked funk. It puts me in a really scary headspace. It really, really does. And I didn't really, I thought I zoned a lot of it out, but I don't know. My buddy went home, and I brought all my hair shit in the house and put all that away and started making dinner. I'd had a roast going in my slow cooker all day. So I put the frozen vegetables in, I don't know, probably about 4 o'clock or whatever, and preheated my oven so I could brown everything. And around, excuse me, around 4:30 or something like that, I stuck the vegetables in and whatever. So by, 4:30, 5 o'clock, whatever the fuck, it's ready to get browned and whatever. So, did all that, got everything ready, got everything cut up and served and whatever. And I realized as I was taking the, well, I'd said to my boyfriend, I was sitting down playing cards, waiting for everything to brown, right? And I wasn't, my boyfriend makes random noises all the time and whatever. And usually I make fun of him or whatever. And, we do our little ping pong back and forth. But I was just completely ignoring him and playing cards. And I didn't really, I mean, I'd said something to him about, like, because I was suddenly so tired, like, so tired, doing the nod and, you know, and I said, fuck that fucking talk just takes the piss out of me. Like, I'm so fucking tired. I can't handle that shit. Like, I can't fucking handle all that political, social fucking bullshit. Like, fuck. And I've told a few people before, like, just fucking don't. Like, can you just not while I'm around? Like, just please don't. Like, I can't. It really works me over. Or I'll just fucking leave. Like, yeah. But we were at my house, so I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do? So I just did my best to tune it out. But I said, you know, it knocks me out. Like, fuck, I'm tired. And I wasn't even in on the conversation. Like, fuck. And then, as I'm taking everything out of the oven and I'm, you know, cutting up the roast and, you know, making everybody's plates and everything, I realized I was shaking. And my chest was starting to get heavy, and I was like, oh, fuck. No. And I started to get like I was going to start crying. I fucking hate that. Fucking hate that shit. So I got everything ready as quick as I could for my boyfriend and for Boo Boo. And I called everybody for dinner. And my boyfriend came in and grabbed his plate and went to sit down. He's like, well, what are you doing for dinner? I said, I'm not hungry. I'm fine. And I'm already bagging up everything. Like, nobody's getting second plates tonight. Like, I'm already bagging up everything to put in the fridge for, like, fuck. And Boo Boo still hadn't come down to get his plate, so I went upstairs and I knocked on his door. And, you know, he didn't answer me, which I hate when he does that. And I opened the door and I said, hey, and he says, I heard you. I just shut the door. I was like, whatever. Eat it cold. I don't give a fuck. And I went into my room and I shut my door and I got into bed and I made myself a little cocoon and I just started fucking bawling. Like, it was so stupid. Could not stop crying. I got myself under control. But I'm doing that stupid hyperventilating thing, right? Like, fuck me. Well, my boyfriend fucking walks in. So he wolfed down his dinner and then he came upstairs. And he's asking me what's wrong, and blah, blah, blah. And there was I don't know, I was supposed to go out and get gravy thickener. Well, I never got out and got gravy thickener. So he's making jokes. Like, I didn't know gravy was that big a deal, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Go. It's fine. I'll be down later. It's fine. I'm fine. He's like, you're not fine. He got into bed and, you know, he's cuddling and whatever. And I'm like, oh, really? Because I can't have a nervous breakdown with somebody who would, like, okay. So I'm sitting there hyperventilating because I can't get out what I need to get out because now there's somebody fucking in the room with me. So now I'm hyperventilating. And I pretty much did that until I passed out or went to sleep or whatever. I don't fucking know. And I have no idea how long I was sleeping for. But I got up with the most unbelievable need to pee. And as soon as I opened my eyes, the fucking banging behind my eyes. Oh my God. So I managed to make it to the bathroom. Did what I had to do. Got back to my bed and I got back in. And I got my Baby Yoda pillow. Like, baby, I'll cuddle Yoda. Like, Yoda don't care. And my boyfriend's still laying there. And I don't know what he said to me. He said something to me and I was like, I need to sleep it off. Like, go do whatever. Like, I don't care what you do, but I need to sleep this off. Like, my head hurts. My body hurts. Like, it's just, it was, like, I'm done. I just need to sleep it off. So I went back to sleep. I fucking passed the fuck out. And when I woke up, he was not there. When I looked at, my phone was downstairs, but it was dark in my room. So when I got downstairs and I looked at the oven, it was like 20 after 8, something like that. My headache was more or less gone. It was like a dull throb, and it wasn't behind my eyes anymore. It was more here. And I was still drained. Like, I was just fucking drained. It just drained the shit out of me. And I walked into the living room, and he's, sitting on the couch playing a game on his phone. And I said, babe, I'm sorry. Like, and again, he's carrying on about the gravy and whatever. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's like, well, something was wrong. And I said, I do this shit to myself. It's fine. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. He's like, well, you need dinner. And I said, no, I'm not hungry. I don't need dinner. It's fine. Like, just stop. And we'll salvage the night, and we'll watch a movie or something, and but stop. Don't make a deal of it. Just don't. So, he's like, well, I thought we'd go get ice cream or something. I said, well, I'm not hungry, but if you want ice cream, we'll go get you ice cream. Like, it's fine. I said, but it's nighttime. Like, I mean, it was dark out. Like, I don't drive at night. Unless there's an emergency, I do not drive at night. I cannot see very well at night. I don't fucking do it. I don't care. Certainly not for ice cream. So, you can have my keys. Go get you ice cream. It's like, well, I don't want to do it by myself. Fine, I'll have some ice cream. Let's go. So, we did that. And we got some chips. And we watched The Outsiders, which is one of my favorite movies in life. Love that movie. And he picked The Labyrinth with David Bowie. But he didn't remember. He's like, I don't know if I've seen it or not. What do you mean you don't know if you've seen it or not? It's fucking Labyrinth. Like, you're 40 years old. How could you not have seen The Labyrinth? Like, if you haven't seen The Labyrinth, you didn't have a childhood. I'm just saying. David Bowie's a fucking rock star. Ooh. Like, well, type it in and pull it up. We're fucking watching The Labyrinth, brother. Just saying. I don't think he really liked The Outsiders. I think he found it slow. I love that movie. I love that movie with all my heart and soul. I also love The Labyrinth. I'm not sure how he felt about it. I mean, because it's a musical, right? It's David Bowie. Of course it's a musical. And it has the Muppets in it, like creepy Muppets. The story's by Jim Henson, if I remember correctly. And I'm pretty sure that, I mean, if he did a story, he made the Muppets. I'm just saying. Like, it has to have been. But anyway. So that was fine. And then we're getting ready for bed. And I'd said, while we're sitting on the couch, it got me thinking about Pan's Labyrinth. I would love to see that all the way through. Now, it's in Italian or something like that. Spanish, maybe. But the imagery in that movie would tell the story alone, I feel. I've seen it in bits and pieces, and the imagery in that movie is fucking fierce. It's sad, it's beautiful, it's terrifying. Like, it's, oh my God. I love that shit. So I think the next time we get together, we're going to watch Pan's Labyrinth. I can't keep up with the subtitles. My dyslexic brain just goes absolutely batshit crazy with subtitles. But my boyfriend can read a lot faster than I am, so he can actually follow the story. I kind of make up my own story with that shit. Like I said, the imagery tells the story, so that's what I'm going to go with. But yeah, I really want to see that movie. So yeah, anyway, we're at the hour mark, so I'm going to boot. School starts tomorrow. Monkey made his lunch as I left to go vlog, but I want to make sure he's got everything he needs all sorted together and ready at the door. So anybody out there starting school tomorrow, if you're high school, college, whatever, I don't know, your own kids starting, good luck. Good luck to everybody. I hope it makes it through the year. That would be fucking outstanding. And take care of yourselves, and we'll talk later.